Hello everybody, this is Gamer. Welcome back to another episode of the Perfection Farm. We're going to try to get perfection in just 1 year. We're now starting summer. Getting the 10,000 gold off Mr. Key for getting past for 30 Inniscott Cavern previously was a very nice boon to start out the new season. Getting all these iridium bars is great too, we can put a lot of these to use. We're going to hoe up the entirety of our farming plot, and we're going to use all of our money to buy as many star fruit seeds as possible. First, we're going to go to Pierre here. We're going to sell him the rest of our smoked catfish. That brings us up to 58,167 gold. We're also going to go to Clint and we're going to get back our steel watering can. That's going to be needed now, especially for Ginger Island. We do have a lot of mystery boxes and geodes we want Clint to break open. We are trying really hard now to get down into the sewers so we can befriend Krobus and get access to his wares. Perfection requires a lot of friendship points with all of the Stardew Valley NPCs, so the sooner we get the Krobus now, the better. Once all of these geodes have been broken up, all of the ones we can donate to Gunther, we will donate to him straight away. There was quite a few minerals that we got. Now we do have a prismatic shard and a dinosaur egg. They will also be donated to Gunther. We will get lots more prismatic shards and dinosaur eggs in the summer, so don't worry about that, we're going to get tons of them. It's time to get some rewards off Gunther here. We're going to get the rare crow, along with the starfruit seeds and the melons. It just means more money for us and we can plant all those in summer. We're now going to go to the desert, get all the forageables we can get our hands on, talk to Sandy, and we're going to spend all of our money on starfruit seeds. Now we end up getting a lot of starfruit seeds, which was nice. We're going to plant those, water them up. When they're fully grown, we're going to harvest them, sell them, and then buy even more starfruit seeds. And when those ones get harvested, we're going to put all of them into cakes to get lots of money. Now there's lots of tactics we can use in year 1 to get millions upon millions of gold, so right now we're just building up so we can utilize all of those tactics. What we really want is to get into the mastery tiers now as quickly as possible so we can get the benefits of all those beautiful perks. We're going to make some more quality sprinklers. We're going to put these down. Reason being, we still have to go back to Pierre very soon and purchase all of the regular summer crops. We're also going to make some tree fertilizers, and this is going to help us greatly because we need to tap tons of oak trees so we can get oak resins to make lots of cakes. We're still visiting the secret woods most nights just to get some forageable XP and to get some extra hardwood. We need hardwood to fix up Willie's boat to get to Ginger Island. Hopefully that will be a lot sooner rather than later. We'll also need hardwood to fix up the tree stump as well for the raccoon. We sold the rest of our smoked catfish tonight. We made 12,600 gold. I got 350 gold off Pierre the next day. You know what? It's better than nothing. It was nice to see all of the quality sprinklers in action. It just meant I didn't have to water up the crops for now. I had a look at the Hell Wanted quests, and Willie wanted me to catch 4 chubs. That was easy enough. This is just a quick look at our skills so far. We have combat on 7, fishing on 10, foraging on 7, mining on 8, and farming on 7. So all of our skills are relatively high, but to get them to level 10 will still require a fairly big grind. Now if we do scout caverns once or twice, that'll more than likely take care of mining and combat. The problem child is always going to be foraging, and the best way to tackle that is to just try to get it done as early as possible and just cut down trees when you see them. There's lots of trees around Stardew Valley, it's just putting in the grind earlier rather than later. Now Robin is normally closed on a Tuesday, but if you go up to the counter just as she passes it, you can actually access her menu, and we're going to get her to build a coop. That coop will be upgraded all the way to a deluxe coop, and then we get her to make a barn. And just like the coop, that will be upgraded all the way to a deluxe barn, and then we get all of the farm animals. Just to ensure that we're not missing out on any important items when we're trying to get perfection in year 1. So we put up a sturgeon, we're going to pop it into the bait maker, get back some sturgeon bait, and we're going to try pull up now a good few of these today. We need these for multiple reasons. A gold star sturgeon is one of the best things you can put in the soup in the luau. Willie loves sturgeons too, and his birthday's coming up, so it'd be nice to keep one for him. So we just talked to Willie there about getting the chubs, and that was more friendship points with Willie, and we also got a prize ticket. We're now going to get our hands on some mushroom logs. These are absolutely amazing. They also give foraging XP. The only downside to mushroom logs is that you need moss to make them, and we haven't gotten the green rangers yet. Now if you roam around Stardew Valley in summer, you will occasionally come across trees with moss, but you're not going to get huge quantities of it. We're going to make some mega bombs. We're going to prepare now for a decent mining run very soon. We're going to blow away all the debris here in the quarry, and we're going to turn this quarry into an oak resin farm. We'll put some other trees down here too, but primarily we'll be coming here to get our hands on oak resins so we can make tons of cakes. Now we don't need the cakes straight away, but it would be nice to have a good batch of cakes ready for when we do start putting our starfruit into them and making starfruit wine. Starfruit wine should get us a lot of the way when it comes to getting the warp obelisks and the gold clock, and I'm hoping to get some extended family fishing quests as well to get the extra couple of million we need in order to buy out the rest of perfection. Because you can't naturally get perfection in year 1, it's impossible, you know, because you need Kent. Even if you got super lucky and you got like the garlic seeds and you got the red cabbage seeds, it's still not enough to grab perfection in year 1. We will have to use visit the George worker and buy percentages off him, so we're going to need an absolute ton of money. And that's what we're doing right now. We are getting this farm ready to make tons of money. See, this farm, the standard farm, has a lot of space, and we want to use every single inch of space on this farm for the purposes of making money. Now we're also hitting 2 birds with 1 stone because we're getting lots of wood, we're getting lots of foraging XP, and despite the fact that you don't get huge amounts of foraging XP when you cut down a tree, when you cut down enough of them, it accumulates, and it accumulates very nicely. Now we have a foraging skill of 7 at the moment. We're going to try to push that to 8 now very soon, and then it's going to be the big grind to get it to 9 and then to 10. We need something like 3500 foraging XP to get it from 8 to 9, then you need a whopping 5000 to get it from 9 to 10. But look, all we can do is take it day by day and do our best. Now realistically, we're not going to fill up the whole farm with starfruit. We didn't hit money hard enough in spring. We could have potentially filled up the whole farm with starfruit, but then we'd be missing out on the other elements of perfection, because I always have to remind myself that despite the fact we need a lot of money, we also need to do a lot of other things as well. Now it was nice to get most of the debris and the trees off the farm today. It did take us more or less the whole day. When we went to the secret woods, we managed to get our foraging up to the skill level of 8, which was nice. A lot of these green slimes were dropped the mahogany seeds too. Just means I can plant more of those and get even more hardwood. We don't actually end up doing a whole lot of fishing in summer. We don't even grab out of the summer fish, and the reason being is I can just get magic bait anytime I want, and within 1 or 2 days I'll have caught all the fish. Now I did a little bit of fishing this morning just to get some extra money because I had 23,000 gold at the moment, but I needed more money to unlock more of the Joja development projects to get into Ginger Island. And if I can get into Ginger Island, you know, within the first week of summer, I would be oh so happy. It was nice getting the octopus early on. It's one hell of a catch. It has to be one of the hardest fish to get in the game. It's up there with the toughest of legendary fishes. We're now going to fight the crimson fish. This is another legendary fish you can get in summer. Now this thing is quite simple to get. I got really good RNG. It wasn't too much hassle to pull it up. Now we're not going to put this into a fish pond. We're going to smoke it up and we're going to sell it because I want money now, not in the next couple of days or a week from now. If we do get Legend 2s that are in the challenge, we will put a considerable amount of them into fish ponds. Because as we saw from the Fisherman challenge we did a couple of weeks ago, if you get enough Legend 2 fish ponds together, you can make some serious passive money every week or so. I mean serious passive money. It was Jazz's birthday, she got a pink cake. I actually can't remember how I got that pink cake. It either came from a slime in its caverns, or I got it in the mail from someone. It's very important to take the extra bit of time you have and talk to the majority of the Stardew NPCs and give them gifts. Because the last thing you want is to get into winter and then you realise that you don't have much done in terms of the relationships. So it's something that we're just tipping away with as we proceed through the weeks and the seasons. We're now going to finally go to Pierre. We're going to purchase maybe 2 or 3 of every single crop he has. Then we're going to go back down to the beach, and what we're hoping for here are lots of super cucumbers. The super cucumbers are absolutely amazing for getting money. We have 19,000 gold at the moment. We need to get that up over 35,000 gold so we can unlock the greenhouse. I believe we also need to unlock panning as well, and then we can get into Ginger Island. So I have 3 fish smokers. It's enough to be fair. The super cucumber bait was super effective. We made 23,000 gold today. Now 6,700 of that was from the smoked crimson fish, and 10,000 gold of that was from smoked super cucumbers. So it was a really nice day in terms of progression and money. The next day started with the collection of iridium bars. The recycling machines are still super handy. They're giving us back coal, ores, the occasional piece of cloth. Most of those are being sold. The grapes eventually will be dehydrated into raisins. Raisins sell for really nice money. We're going to get Robin to make a silo, because when we start getting farm animals, it'll be nice to have one of those so we can feed the animals if it's raining. I gave Robin a spaghetti, and I'm giving Demetrius here a strawberry. He loves strawberries. I got a help on the quest from Evelyn. She wanted a scorpion carp. Now, I actually will go to the desert to get that because we have to get it anyway to capture all the fish in the game. Because we have over 40,000 gold, we're going to get panning for now, 20,000 gold. The pan will also be upgraded. The iridium pan is absolutely insane, especially if you enchant it. Generous. So we went to the desert here, we pulled up the sandfish, which was nice. Penny loves sandfish, so we will try to get a few iridium quality sandfish over the next few days for her. It was then a battle with the scorpion carp. If you don't have a high fishing skill, this fish can be quite difficult to pull up because it just spurts all over the place. Once we got to scorpion carp, we went back to Pelican Town, we gave George a leek, and we gave Evelyn her scorpion carp. While we were at it, we spoke to Evelyn and we also gave her a diamond. The help wanted quests are so handy for getting extra friendship points with all the villagers. I just got a sapling there that produces pomegranates. It actually reminded me that I must buy the rest of the saplings from Pierre so we don't get caught with the fruit later on in the challenge. Just one more price ticket now, and we'll be able to get the Book of Power that gives you extra friendship points with all of the NPCs when you talk to them. It's going to be fair as handy in the long run. We're going back down into the regular mines now today for a couple of reasons. I want to complete some monster eradication goals, so we might as well just wipe out the boats. There is a chance they will drop an ancient seed. We need that for perfection, and we need it badly. We're also collecting copper ores because we need to make more tappers. We need it to make kegs. We need hundreds upon hundreds, thousands of copper ores. If we see slimes, we'll wipe them out too, and if we see duggies, we'll also wipe them out, and rock crabs. So there's lots of reasons why we need to come down into the starter versions of the mines. Monster eradication goals and resources. We just completed the monster eradication goals there for the insects, but that's not going to stop us from wiping out insects. There's still a chance, a small chance, but still a chance. Anyway, they will drop that lovely ancient seed up on defeat. Now we're not getting huge amounts of combat XP for these grubs, but you do get a fair bit if the grubs evolve into those flies. Today was actually a good day in terms of the amount of copper ores that we got. Now once the panning upgrade goes through today, all that's left is going to be the greenhouse. We need 35,000 gold for that. We have 33,000 gold at the moment, so we end up just selling a few bits and bobs to Willie and Pierre, and that will get us right up to 35,000 then, where we can unlock the greenhouse. We also had a Book of Power that we already activated. Activating that Book of Power to get the Monster Compendium gives us 100 XP towards combat, and we're going to take all the XP we can get. We're going to make some tappers today, 24 in total, and we're going to start by tapping all of the trees on our farm. Eventually, we'll work our way towards all of the trees in the quarry. We're also going to make an absolute huge amount of lightning rods, 24 in total. This is going to pay off dramatically. Battery packs sell for real nice money, but for now, we need to keep most of our battery packs, bar one, because we need to sell one off for the shipping collection. The rest of them we need, especially for iridium sprinklers. We also need 5 to fix up the boat as well. Another day, another visit into Clint to break open an absolute ton of geodes. Even the regular geodes have a chance to give us minerals we need to donate into Gunther. Now, we're at a stage where we only need a handful of minerals, but the odds of those minerals popping up, can be all over the place. I think we need 4 or 5 minerals and that's it. We have all of the minerals done. We can then start trading in on the geodes for those treasure troves to get artifacts out of. We just unlocked the greenhouse there too, so we can now focus our efforts on getting the boat fixed up for Ginger Island. And it was perfect timing for these mahogany trees because each one of these mahogany trees are going to give us lots of hardwood. We now have well over 200 pieces of hardwood. I think we're very close to 300 actually. We're going to get the battery packs as well the next day, and we also have the iridium bars. So our trip to Ginger Island will happen within the next few days. For now, we're going to wipe out every single tree in Cindersap Forest in the hopes to get tons of foraging XP. All of this wood that we are accumulating, it's not going to last long, because once we start making hundreds of kegs, that wood is going to go very quickly. We will end up having to make huge tree farms to restock our wood resource. I also went into the quarry cave and I fought the floaty skulls. They're really nice in terms of combat XP, to get 15 a kill. They can also drop lucky rings as well as magic rock candies. It's worth coming in here most days, farming them, because it's quite a small dungeon. We'll also pick up the golden scythe. The golden scythe is actually really good at harvesting lots of resources during the green rain when it comes to getting moss, when it comes to getting fibre and things like that. It's a really nice tool to have. So Mars has now fixed up the greenhouse for us. This will eventually unlock the raccoon questline as well. And as you can see from the background there, there's tons of battery packs we get to collect. We got 15 battery packs, which was so nice. We're going to visit the travelling cart merchant and we're going to purchase ourselves a nice rare seed. We need at least 2 of these for perfection because one, you give in to the statue in the secret woods for a star drop, and the second, you have to sell for the shipping bin collection. Because we completed all of the Georgia development projects, we are now going to get a nice cutscene here where Morris will reward us with the soda machine. This will generate 1 Georgia Cola every single day. It's not a bad machine to get because the Georgia Colas have been buffed and they now give you a speed buff. Now look, you only get the speed buff for a few seconds, but if it's really late and you want to get back home, you don't want to get that penalty for passing out, it comes in real handy. So we're going to hoe up the greenhouse, put down some sprinklers. The greenhouse is now ready to be fitted out with lots of crops. For now, we'll put in some strawberries and some coffee beans. Eventually, we'll pop the rare seed in there as well. I just completed the help wanted quest there with Leah. She wanted a hot pepper. While I was talking to her, I might as well give her a salad as well just to get the extra friendship points. And that's something I try to do a lot when I'm completing help wanted quests for people. I try to have a lighter love gift on hand as well. So we're just getting the extra friendship points and we're not wasting too much time running around the valley talking to people every single day. It was time to head up to the bathhouse area, and there was lots of lovely resources to be had up here. We're going to harvest all of this lovely fibre. Once all the fibre has been gotten, we're going to cut down all of the trees, we're going to wipe out all of the stone. There will be nothing left by the time we're finished with this bathhouse area. Fibre is something that can actually mess up our perfection run if we don't have enough, because we need fibre to make tree fertilizers. We also need it to make the statue of blessings that we will unlock later on when we get the farming mastery, and that statue is very expensive to make. So we need to get as much fibre as possible. Now for the rest of the evening, we're doing some fishing, we're doing some panning. We just have the regular pan right now, so we're not getting the best of things from it. But once that pan gets upgraded, it's going to be bringing in things like iridium ores. It could even get us lucky rings. It could get us absolutely amazing things altogether. The friendships are paying off because we just got sashimi there from Linus, and we got the fried eel from George. So when it comes to learning all of the recipes the game has to offer, hopefully we learn the majority of them before we get into winter. It would be really nice to make that happen. So we're just cutting down more trees. That's all the trees gone in the bus stop area. Another help wanted quest, Rasmodius wanted us to wipe out 2 ghosts. We're heading to the mines anyway to stock up on resources, but first we're going to fix up the boat, the Ginger Island. We had the battery packs, the iridium bars and the hardwood. Starting from tomorrow, we can go to Ginger Island whenever we please. At a cost, of course, but the cost isn't too bad. Now, I wanted to stock up on regular bombs. I also needed iron ores to turn into iron bars so we could make kegs in the future. So basically, we just needed tons upon tons of iron. It was also nice to get some kill counts up on the slimes as well as the dust sprites. 500 dust sprites is a fairly tall order. Even when you get the monster mouse, it can take quite a while. So if I do see dust sprites, I will absolutely wipe them out. After I killed the second ghost, that was the quest complete, but we will have to talk to Rasmodius to claim the prize. But for now, we're just going to spend the rest of the day in here, wiping out dust sprites, wiping out bats and getting lots of iron ores. We still need to get the monster eradication goal done for bats, so it's nice to hit a few birds with the one stone. The balanced approach that I'm using right now seems to be working in my favour. We weren't getting terrible combat XP for fighting most of the enemies in here, and eventually we will hit combat level 8 thanks to coming to these mines all the time and farming the resources. Those combat levels are so important, especially for Skull Cavern runs, because the higher your combat, the more HP you have. There's also a chance these enemies can drop prismatic shards because we have the Skull Key. Now it's a very, very low drop rate, but you never know when it's going to happen. We just got combat level 8 there, along with another monster compendium. We're going to activate that book straight away for 100 more XP towards combat. Killing these ghosts even after the quest was done is still very important because they drop solar essences. Now solar essences are something I'm saving up on because we need solar essences to make a couple of items, including the iridium band. You need a total of 50 essences to make that, along with the void essences as well. So when I see those ghosts, I do take the time to wipe them out. It's always nice to get a diamond before the day comes to an end. For now, we're going to keep most of our diamonds, trade them in for Triple Shot Expresses, but I'm also using some as well for loved gifts. The boat is now fixed and it's time to make some bombs. It's now the 9th. We're going to start by putting some pathway all around our trees here so debris doesn't spawn. There's nothing worse than trying to collect all your fabulous oak resins only to get caught by a rock or some sort of a tree stump or something like that. So we're still working on Pam. We had a help wanted quest to give her the sweet pea. That was done straight away. Pam is probably one of the easier NPCs to max out because she's always at the bus stop once you fix up the bus, so it's very easy to just take a parsnip or something out of a chest, stroll on over to Pam, give her the loved gift, and away you go. We will have to put a lot more work into the wizard though, because he's just so out of the way. It's always hard to find time to make our way down there and give him some sort of an essence or something like that. We did get a new book of power, the Friendship 101. That's going to make life a lot easier to accumulate more friendship points. It's now down to Ginger Island, and we actually came down here pretty late in the day, so it was the first challenge now to get access to the house, to build up the house using the parrots before the day came to an end. It was 20 past 4 in the afternoon. There's also a new NPC we get to befriend here. His name is Leo, so we're going to have to put a lot of effort into Leo as well. Now, it's only the start of summer. Well, it's the 9th of summer, so it's better to start friendships with him now than start with, say, in fall or even winter. If we got to him in winter, we'd be at the mercy of star drop teas. Now, because I have done Ginger Island so many times, I know where all of the golden walnuts are. It's not going to take me long to just fly around the place and collect all of the golden walnuts. The one here hiding inside a tree in Leo's hut is a very sneaky one, actually. Once we give the golden walnut to the parrot there, we can then start a relationship with good old Leo. Now, a lot of the golden walnuts we need to get into the house, they're easy enough to get. You just need to know where to look for them. Most of them you hope from the ground. There's a lot too in kind of secret areas that you just have to, to kind of walk into a wall to get at. Now, what we really want to do is to get into Key's secret walnut room as quickly as possible because he gives you one key quest per week. And because you only get one per week, you want to be gaining access very, very soon to get the key gems that you need to purchase all of the recipes, to get all of the lovely items inside his walnut room, such as the key to the town, Pierre's missing stock list and things like that. But more importantly, to gain access to a particular key quest called Extended Family. So I planted a wheat and a melon there because we need the frog to inspect those when they fully grow up, and the sooner they grow, the sooner we can get 10 golden walnuts from that. If we had a piece of garlic, we would have got 5 more golden walnuts, but you can't get that until year 2, or unless you get really lucky in its caverns and a serpent might drop one for you, or you might get one out of a treasure room chest. But again, the RNG for that is quite low, but look, it's Stardew Valley. You never know what might happen on your adventures. I knew there was enough golden walnuts you could hope out of the ground, collect from bushes and things like that to repair up the house today. The big question was, did we have enough time to get it done? Because it was 11:30 now, and I had to fight these tiger slimes. These slimes have huge amounts of HP. Now, in all fairness, I had a decent weapon, but when you get to Ginger Island, the enemies are a little bit harder than that of the regular mines, and some of the enemies in the Skull Caverns have a lot of HP. But we managed to beat them, got in the golden walnut, we did some more running around, picked up a few more golden walnuts. It was now 20 past 12, and I was telling myself, it's going to be tight. Now look, we just got 20 there, and it was 12:40. I knew then I had enough time to repair up the house, sleep in it, and start on Ginger Island the next day. Now, in all fairness, the next day we do end up going back to Stardew Valley anyway, because it was someone's birthday, and we have to prioritise the birthdays, you see, because you're getting 3x multiplier when you give it a loved gift, and if that loved gift is like a gold star or even an iridium quality, you're going to get tons of hearts from them. It was Maru's birthday today, and we had a gold star strawberry just for her, so we were going to get a lot of friendship points up with Maru. We're also collecting oranges now off our lovely orange tree. Gus loves oranges, which is nice. Because we already had friendship points accumulated with Maru, we could open her door and get into her bedroom, and after giving her the strawberry, we got up to 6 out of 8 hearts, so Maru was almost maxed out. We're also going to talk to Robin, and we're going to get Robin to upgrade the coop again, this time to a deluxe coop. That will give us the ability now to get rabbits. Rabbits' feet are going to make life so easy for us, especially when we start getting iridium quality rabbit's feet to get tons of friendship points with people. Now, I decided to do the Volcano dungeon today because you can get some fierce nice things inside here. You get really nice rings, you can get real nice boots. I was hoping for the dragon scale boots to give huge amounts of defense, but more importantly, you can get lots of golden walnuts inside there. 17 in total, I believe. You get 5 from combat, you get 5 from mining, you get 5 from opening up those dwarven caches, and you get 2 from the treasure chests. We need all of those golden walnuts to speed up access into Key's secret walnut room. We're also picking up cinder shards, which are very important because we need those to enchant our weapons, to enchant our tools. Once we get all of the mastery tiers and we get all of the really good enchantments, you're going to find making money becomes oh so easy. We also need tons of resources, and this is a great dungeon to get those resources, especially stone and coal. You get an unmerciful amount of stone in this dungeon. After opening up the first of each chest, we get golden walnut and pineapple seeds. I wasn't given out, we need pineapples for perfection. And that is another perfection let's play over and done with. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you very soon for the next Stardew Valley let's play. In the meantime, I hope you have a great week. Thanks a million for watching. Huge shout out to all my channel members. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.